Terry Fontenot, I have to give you a clap, a little round of applause, if you will, because as of right now, and granted, it is still early, you are looking like you nailed the 2025 Atlanta Falcons draft. Welcome in, Falcons fans, to Falcons Today by Chat Sports. My name is Moose, and on today's episode, I'm going to tell you the two major steals that the Falcons got in the 2025 draft class, but I'm going to go one step further. These might be the two biggest steals in the entire NFL draft class. I think you know who I'm talking about. Let's start with the first one. Billy Bowman Jr. I was on the hype train before the season started, and I'm not going to lie to you. I have big-time visions for this kid. He looks ridiculous. And if you have already loved this Atlanta Falcons draft class so far, do me a favor and hit that thumbs up icon. If you have thought that every single player, even Jack Nelson, has done well so far, I want to see your support for these dirty birds. Hit that thumbs up icon and help grow the channel. So let's go back into talking a little bit about Billy Bowman. This is what one of my favorite Atlanta Falcons blogs called Blogging Dirty had to say about Billy Bowman. If you haven't already, give it a great read. It's awesome. It is awesome. His pick was an ideal example of the traits that he defined in his college career. Quickness, vision, and outstanding instincts in open space. The rookie didn't just get his hands on the football, he secured it, flipping possession in a critical moment for the Atlanta Falcons defense. At Oklahoma, he was one of the nation's most dangerous defensive backs, finishing second in the country with 6 interceptions in 2023, 3 of which he returned back for 6. The ball hawk production wasn't a fluke, and Bowman consistently demonstrated the ability to diagnose plays, anticipate throws, and punish quarterbacks for testing him in tight windows. Eloquently and Shakespearean-like, wellly put, I think is the best way I could say that. Words are not my forte in this episode. But what is the good stuff that we have seen on tape? Because you can't just go off of what you're reading. Let's talk about the eye test. What have we seen from Billy Bowman so far? The sideline-to-sideline range. So his ability to not only play at the sidelines, right? Like right before you get out of bounds, but also over the middle of the field. We're talking from one sideline to the other. That range is unbelievable. His short area quickness is also really, really good. His ability to close out on receivers. So when he does get beat on a route and they catch something, he's so quick to wrap them up and tackle them. And he's also got incredibly fluid hips, and he is sticky in man coverage. All 4 of these things have led me to believe that Billy Bowman right now is never, or at least for this season or going forward, going to give up that nickel cornerback spot, barring any major injury. The statistics also prove this. 10 tackles, 2 PBUs, 1 interception, and a coverage grade of 69.0. And in case you haven't seen a lot of PFF stuff, a 69 grade in coverage is actually really, really good. Above 70 is like the standard. So he's right at the standard of NFL coverage grades. And he's only a rookie. So he's already performing like your average NFL corner when it comes to his coverage, but has also shown the ability to jump routes, be sticky in coverage, has great hips. All of the things that I just listed have led Billy Bowman to already being a more than productive player for this Dirty Birds defense. Now, I will say, because I don't want to just glaze Billy Bowman this entire time, he's not perfect. Where can Billy Bowman improve? There is one area specifically that I talked about not only before the season started, but also something that I've seen on tape. He tackles way too much with his arms. He needs to start wrapping up better. Now, this obviously is a size and strength thing. I believe he needs to put on a little bit more muscle because as he tries to bring down guys with his arms, he's clearly not as strong as some other nickel corners. But if you're telling me the only thing he has to do is put on like 10 pounds in order to start wrapping up better, I'm totally fine with it. That's like the least of my concerns. And the reason I say that he needs to put on a little bit more weight is because even this year, he's going up against some big-bodied pass catchers. All of these guys he will play in 2025 or have played. He's already played Mike Evans. Keon Coleman, Deebo Samuel, Tet McMillian, Trey McBride, the tight end for the Cardinals, who they play later on this season, and of course, like I just mentioned, Mike Evans. All of these guys are thick players, guys that are strong, lower center of gravity. They will take you with them when they get the ball in their hands. So if I had any advice to Jeff Ulbrich and Billy Bowman, it's put on a little bit more weight and just wrap up. Start wrapping up better. And once you do that, I don't see any other holes in your game, at least at this point. So I will ask you to grade Billy Bowman through 2 weeks. Let me know in the comment section down below. A, B, C, D, or F. I have to give it an A. I have to give it an A. He's been outstanding so far. And I get it. Week 2, there's a lot of football left to be played. But from what I've seen so far, it's been really, really good stuff. Now, coming up, I'm going to tell you about the other draft steal who's also on the defensive side of the ball because the Falcons spent majority of their draft picks on the defense. But before I do that, I'm going to tell you about today's presenting sponsor, and that is my friends over at Prize Picks. Look, you and I make decisions every single day, but when it comes to Prize Picks, you can actually get paid to be right. Don't miss any of the excitement this season on Prize Picks where it is good to be right. Very simple to play. Pick more or less on 2 to 6 player stat projections. If you get your picks right, you could cash in. My lineup looks like this for this coming weekend. James Cook, more. Michael Penix, more on the passing yards. And, of course, Patrick Mahomes on my max discount play. I'll take the more on the half a passing yard. I'm a glutton. I love the more. But you can make less or whatever combo of picks that you would like with Prize Picks. Download the app today and use code CLNS to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. That's code CLNS to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. Prize Picks. It's good to be right. Let's talk about the other draft steal. Xavier Watts, the rookie safety out of the University of Notre Dame. Boy, could they use his help right now. That secondary for Notre Dame is dog water. Let's talk about the Falcons safety, who has also been outstanding. And the reason that I say I'm more impressed with Billy Bowman is because self-admittingly, and as a homer, I said Xavier Watts was going to be great. I have watched this kid play every single snap at Notre Dame since he got there. I know how good he is. So that's why I have to say I'm not nearly as impressed because I've already seen him do this type of stuff. But the stats, let's just talk about him, have been great as well. 8 tackles, 3 pass breakups, 1 interception, and a coverage grade of 78.8, which is really, really good. I went out on a limb before I started this channel, and I had said, and I quote, Xavier Watts in 2 years will be a top 3 safety in the league. That was my hot take. And so far, I don't know. Looks like I'm kind of proven right. Well, it's not just me talking about how good he is. His defensive coordinator, Mr. Jeff Ulbrich, said the exact same thing that I'm saying now. You saw the exceptional ball skills, instinct, feel that he's got. Now we just have to refine it and just keep working with him. And the beauty of Xavier Watts is he doesn't, and I'm getting to know him as we go here, but I feel like he's a guy that will never be satisfied. He's just one of those players that continues to push to get better and better and better. That's dangerous. Perfect explanation. Beautifully and eloquently put. Refine the skill. I did say that one of his weaknesses is that he doesn't have that super refined skill. Although all of what he does is really good, it's not perfect in one specific area. So his coverage was good, not great. His athleticism was really good, not great. Do you see where I'm going with this? And if we just talk about, that's not the correct one there, Producer Alpert, that's fine, don't worry about it. That's okay, don't worry. One of the things that I had said about Xavier Watts was that he has a tendency every so often to, I don't want to say give up on plays, but like when he gets frustrated, there it is right there, boom. Put that up there. The elite anticipation is a pro. I'm going to start over here really quickly. Rewind it. He's got that elite anticipation and coverage. His ball skills are well above average and willingness to climb into the box. He can be overly aggressive at times. There was one specific play against I want to say it was against the Minnesota Vikings where J.J. McCarthy had a play action spot over the middle of the field, and Justin Jefferson absolutely made Xavier Watts look foolish. But we're talking about the best wide receiver in the league, second best if you count Jamar Chase. And it's going to happen. Like, you're going to get overly aggressive sometimes. You're going to try and bite on something you shouldn't bite on, and you're going to get cooked. It happens to every single player in the NFL. But all that is negated by this one fact right here. Watts is currently the highest graded Atlanta Falcons defender in 2025. A rookie is your highest graded defender, and you got him in the 3rd round. I mean, I'm not going to say that, like I said, I'm not going to brag about myself there, but if I was going to toot my own horn, toot, toot, that would be it right there for my Atlanta Falcons prognostications. So the draft steals are as follows. Billy Bowman, who you got in the 4th round, looks exceptional for his draft stock. And Xavier Watts is already the highest graded Atlanta Falcons player on defense. Looks like 2 steals to me. Hats off to Raheem Morris. Hats off to Jeff Ulbrich, and a special round of applause to my guy, Terry Fontenot, because, like I said, it all looks really, really good. Even Jalen Walker and James Pierce Jr. are really starting to come into their own. The only one that we don't really know about is Jack Nelson, is because he hasn't played. And based off of what he did in the preseason, is going to take a little bit more time to develop. But outside of that, looks great to me. That's going to do it for us on today's Falcons Today episode. A reminder to like the video if you haven't, subscribe to the channel if you haven't, and as always, be cool.